I'm here today to say that was great fantastic for people power. The people defeated the Scottish political establishment in winning the victory to stop the 5 tower blocks being demolished during the opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Games, because let's be absolutely truthful, it was in the worst possible taste, entertaining the rich and powerful and the politically powerful and at the expense of the poor in G21 whose lives would have been put at risk. It was made clear to me a number of weeks ago by a lady called Anne Booth, who had last year from Burney Court, the demolition of Burney Court last year, and the flying debris flew 700 yards to the back of her 400-block house and would have killed somebody. So we highlighted this to the media, and basically it was covered in the Sunday Herald and the Daily Mail last week. And so 5 tower blocks come down at one time. Well, let me tell you, people could have got killed, people might have died. That's what would have happened. And the fact is, it was too dangerous. The fact is that the Glasgow Housing Association are still planning to demolish these 5 tower blocks, and we're saying very clearly they don't need to implode them or demolish them. They can take them down 1 floor at a time, as they did in Govan. It's more expensive, but it's a lot safer for the local people, and we would say that that's what should happen now. It is for safety reasons that this was cancelled, because believe you me, it was dangerous for the local people. In Dundee in 2011, SafeDem did a demolition that went badly wrong, and as again I say, last year at Burney Court, SafeDem again did one where debris flew 700 yards into the back of Anne Booth's home, and it would have killed somebody, and the same thing could have happened this year. It isn't just a case of it being bad taste, it was dangerous, and each block should be taken down 1 at a time and not 5 at a time, and they can be taken down without demolition. They can be taken down 1 floor at a time. And the other thing that has to be very clearly said and has been overlooked by many people here, except for the Scottish Tenants Organisation, who made it clear in a letter to the Herald a couple of weeks ago. They made it very, very clear that very few homes are being built for social rent, and they're being replaced by businesses and office space and houses to be bought. We are saying that many more houses need to be built for social rent in this area and throughout all the transformer regeneration areas in Glasgow. Do you know that less than 500 homes for rent are scheduled to be built for rent under these regeneration areas? That's an absolute scandal. That means that local people have been kicked out their areas to the 4 winds. In other words, a pure policy of gentrification. And I'd like to finish off by saying this: Patricia Ferguson, the local member of the Scottish Parliament, does not come out of this well at all. She was the one that turned around and said to Anne Booth in a letter some months ago that she was finished with the whole issue with regard to the flying debris at the back of her home, said she didn't want to be involved in it anymore. She changed her tune when she was put under pressure in recent weeks and given a totally different account of things. She's a liar. And the fact of the matter is, she didn't want to have anything to do with it before it became a big issue. And I'm saying that here today, that Patricia Ferguson is a liar. Just like many in the Labour Party, like John Lamont and Archie Graham. Now, Archie Graham is the guy who's on the organising committee for the Commonwealth Games. And the Labour Party don't want to stir anything up on this issue. And that's why I'm saying very clearly here today, I'm taking off my shirt to say this very, very clearly. I've talked about the Red Road flats. Now, the committee for the organising committee for the Commonwealth Games are on the back foot now. Now, Atos are a major sponsor for the Commonwealth Games, and Atos are the company. They've taken 60,000 Scots off their benefits, 600,000 British people off their benefits, the sick, the disabled and the dying, and 2,200 people at the very least have actually died going through Atos's process for the work capability assessment, have died. Either people committed suicide because they were losing their benefits, or people who were terminally ill, who were past fit to work and who died before they could go back to work. It's an absolute scandal that they are getting the opportunity to go in front of 1.2 billion people for the Commonwealth Games, and shame on you Archie Graham, shame on you Joanne Lamont, shame on all of you in the organising committee for allowing this most hated organisation in Britain, the most hated business in Britain is Atos,
to be a sponsor for the Commonwealth Games. They should have no right to be a sponsor for the Commonwealth Games, and I am calling on you at the 11th hour for them to step down as a sponsor for the Commonwealth Games, and the organising committee to force them to step down as a sponsor for the Commonwealth Games. It's an absolute scandal that they are being allowed to be a sponsor for the Commonwealth Games today, and I'm calling on you, shamefaced members of that management committee who are allowing the Red Road flats to be demolished, to get Atos to get Atos to step down as a sponsor for the Commonwealth Games. It's an absolute scandal that you're allowing them to do that, and I call on Atos to step down now, and for the organising committee to get them to step down now.